gosh, is just absolutely fabulous.
So many beautiful rocks. That's a nice thing to find on my way out. I don't know how I'm going to get it there, but that is definitely coming home with me.
When I cut the bottom of it off, it was kind of like meh. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to cut off an edge.
Look how beautiful these are. I'm pretty sure I can do something with these. Probably for the Maker's Challenge.
Maker's Challenge? We accept! Okay, so what I want to do...
Yes.
I'm thinking like maybe, you know, I have those really great petrified wood slabs that I got from that huge piece that we did on the rock saw. And like, I was thinking maybe a table top would be really, really cool.
Yeah, it's too big.
See, the thing is, I want to be able to light it up underneath it because it's so pretty when it's lit. We could use some kind of tray. We need to have something that can like hold the lights.
We have the lights underneath it shining through, so we have to have some sort of a container.
Yeah, and that's where you come in.
So this will be the base bottom underside of the tray, and it will be walled by this piece of trim so that it fits nice and flush down at the bottom. This base will have little squares, little cubes of wood in each corner to act as support.
I don't know about how the lights are going to work.
Well, that's easy. The very first thing I can think of is all those plexiglass sheets. No problem.
Well, we're going to cut the edges of
Okay,
this.
so they're going to fit together tightly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was not sure about that, because
So-
that looks ugly.
Yeah.
So this one isn't going to work.
No, I mean, you've got a huge stack of things. I just was grabbing the top ones, but I kind of like these bigger ones. So we're gonna have to figure out what. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. And look, like you can see the wood. You can see here the knot and the. Gosh, it's just absolutely fabulous.
One great thing about cutting a 28-pound piece of petrified wood is that you have a whole lot of slabs to choose from. Our test drawer was a little bit too deep to be totally effective with the lights. Fortunately, my book, So Many Beautiful Rocks, was just the right height to lift them up and make them shine. You can see that Jim is working really hard on the sanding. Okay, time to put it together. Here I'm getting the slabs clean in order to glue them down to the plexiglass. I used E6000 glue, which I think is a really good all-around glue for lots of different kinds of things. I'm not smearing the glue all over the back, because the epoxy itself will do a very good job of cementing them in place. One problem Jim and I noticed while we were playing with the lights is that they really shine through these cracks. I decided to use black acrylic paint on the back of the plexiglass, painting over the edges of the petrified wood slabs. And then we'll turn it over, and the light will shine from the bottom and through the glass. Hopefully it'll look really good.
These are magnetic strips, which is what holds these in place, so they're easily taken out. And Jim has made these beautiful little finger holes so that we can turn this on and off. Phew, bright.
Next step is to use the stain to make the wood all purty. This is a penetrating oil-based stain. It's very stinky, but it sure is pretty. Okay, so this is the bottom of the tray, and I'm going to try to use this clear silicone to seal the edges.
There seems to have been a problem with this tube of silicone, Jim. Oh well, at least I've got enough that I can use it now. I've just been using this little plastic bag over my finger and smearing it in there, so we've got plenty. Full disclosure, the silicone didn't work when I was putting it in, the clear stuff, and so I got the old tub and tile caulk and I just slathered it on here. And it seems to have dried, and now we're ready to pour. It sure is ugly though.
I'm gonna put epoxy over the top of it so they look like they're polished.
My first step here is to clean them with rubbing alcohol. Until it hardens, epoxy is a liquid, and that means that the tray itself needs to be perfectly level before I pour.
This is 2-part countertop epoxy. I'm a little bit nervous because it says you're only supposed to pour it 1/8 of an inch thick, and I think I need just a little bit more than that to cover my beautiful tray, but we're gonna give it a shot. All right, it needs a 1-to-1 mixture, so let's get the other part in there. All right, I would usually use a drill because I usually have quite a lot more than this, but we're just going to use a little wooden spoon, which will of course be useless by the end of it. Mix it up and then we'll pour it on. Here goes nothing. Okay, here's my favorite part. Get rid of the air bubbles. Okay. There are still a few air bubbles coming up in the corners here. I think they're coming from underneath these slabs. But the best thing we can do right now is to leave this thing alone, and hopefully it will cure on its own. Fingers crossed. Okay, it's time. Oh, it hardened. You know, this was kind of the hardest part of the whole thing because you have to wait 24 hours just to let it harden and you can't mess with it. And that was very hard. Okay, let's take it inside and see what happens.
Slabs of petrified wood, you say?
Yeah.
It must be a display case. But wait, there's much more.
Oh,
There's
boy.
lights.
Boy, that is nice.
It's a serving tray.
Oh,
You can put things on it and move it around.
and it won't leak.
And it won't leak.
Oh, isn't it pretty?
That is pretty.
Uh-oh, there's my reflection.
This has been fun.
Lot of fun.
Lot of fun.
So much fun.
Thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, it's so bright.
So bright. It's so bright.
This is Kate from KatyDid.
Keep on doing.
No, you gotta say who you are.
Oh, and this is Mr. Did.
Keep on doing. No, you did it wrong. You gotta say do it. Keep
Okay,
on
start over.
This is Kate from KatyDid.
This is Mr. Did.
Keep on doing.